Hi guys, this is Lebanon here doing another video for you. This video is going to be entirely devoted to one kingdom versus another, especially for the people that, if you notice that your kingdom is closed, that you can't go through and interact with other kingdoms, that means you are in a beginner level kingdom. So we're going to take a little dive into it and give you also an idea as far as what to expect when your kingdom opens up. So there's a bunch of different things that go into it, but we're going to tie it all together. Okay, so very first thing that you want to do and everything whenever you're looking at your stuff, we're going to zoom out and take a good look at it. So this is my clan that I am now in. I am now in Kingdom 100. It is a very good clan. It's called FOC Bastards. We also have an FOC sword that is in our kingdom and everything. They're very, very well run. Can't really complain about them or whatever. Not because of the fact that they like, oh, you're not allowed to, but because of the fact that it's just like it's a little bit different. All right, and now with that being said, let's go through. Oh yeah. All right, so we're gonna take a look at this map, and I wonder if. Oh, here it is. No, not that. Show my city. Global map. There we go. Sorry, I'm used to playing on my phone. I'm not used to playing on the thing. Okay, so these are the different kingdoms that are built in throughout the game. So if you notice and everything like that, where there is usually the king and also the most powerful player or might wise are usually one and the same when you get to these higher level clans. Sometimes it's to where the king is different from the highest level player, but a lot of times it's usually to where they're the exact same. Or it's like the person that's king is basically just like, hey, I'll do whatever the heck my strongest player wants and everything just because I don't want to piss them off or upset them or whatever. Okay, so with all these and everything, if you go through and let's say you click on them, right? We're going to click on a random kingdom. And then you look at the map itself. I'm trying to think of how exactly to do this, and no, no, okay. Anyways, when you're looking around the map and all at who exactly is still here, there is very, very rarely that whenever you're looking at a kingdom or whatever, that you see a whole lot of people in it. So in a open kingdom, a lot of times what ends up happening is that one clan takes over, whether or not they came in from another kingdom or that they basically started out in that kingdom and they just got to where they were the most powerful and they survived the gauntlet of other people. They are the ones that basically will reside in that kingdom and there will be nobody else around. So if I was to scroll around this, map and everything, as you can see, there is nothing in this darn, kingdom. Extremely rare to see anything in most of these kingdoms. Now, the reason why is because of the fact that if you're a low level player and you're in Kingdom 41 or whatever, you have probably decided to move on to another kingdom, probably further down. So, like, people go up in number or whatever and then be like, hey, I'll hide out there. If you don't believe me and everything, let's click on another one for crafts and giggles. Now, granted, I didn't look ahead of time or whatever as to what's what. Nothing. So we got an old wreckage of a clan with nothing in it. And then we finally found one clan. Now, you'll see it to where sometimes you'll be like, okay, there's one main clan in this kingdom, and then there's a whole bunch of outlaws or a whole bunch of people that don't want to join them, but they just want to play the game for fun and everything to where they'll be on the outskirts. And they probably have struck a deal with somebody else to where they're like, hey, yeah, you can exist, and then you're just going to be off to the side or whatever. But most of the time on these kingdoms, you won't see very much. It might be like, hey, this is one clan and then it might be another one. But as you can see from the wreckage of what exactly is around here, this is probably everybody's chew toy, which means that higher level clans are basically going through and attacking them, and it's to where they're just getting their butt kicked constantly. But what ends up happening is that these ultimate clans that basically set up shop that are huge, they're going to go through and they're going to take over, and a lot of other people are going to be like, hey, I don't want to go through and support that or whatever, so I'm going to go to a different kingdom, and they're going to start climbing down the list. Now, if you notice though, because like I went from 113, which is right here, and if you look at the map or whatever, there are still clans and people all over this map. Like all this red spots are all over here. Now, what's happening though is it's thinning out. I don't know if any of you have ever looked at Kingdom 113 whenever I've done a video over it and showed you guys or whatever. The amount of people in this kingdom is going down. The reason why, anybody that can afford the $50 in order to go through and skip on out of a kingdom, they're probably like, you know what, I don't like the people that are running this right now, so I'm going to go through and go someplace else. And what ends up happening is you'll get a super clan, they'll take over that one kingdom, and they'll basically turn it into theirs. And everybody else is just going to have to go through and suck it up. So what you have is you get these really good clans and everything. They're just like, you know what? I don't want to stick around here, so I'm going to go to a different kingdom. And they'll either join a big clan in another kingdom if they're a veteran player, or they'll just keep on going through and jumping down and jumping down and jumping down. So like Kingdom 125. Let's look around. Look at all that red. I know that you guys can see in the bottom left-hand corner and everything. See how much red is on this darn screen? It is everywhere. There are different clans, different, cities, all across this darn kingdom. Now, what this means is that this is basically a kingdom that right now is temporarily closed. Whenever you look at a map and it's like really, really busy like this, it's probably a closed kingdom. And then what ends up happening is that people will consolidate. You might have it to where there's a lot of players that are in this kingdom that they have alternative accounts someplace else, or they have a main someplace else. And they just keep on creating a new account and a new account and a new account. And those are going to be in those different kingdoms and all, but it's going to be to where sooner or later that kingdom will open up. And then what will happen is once the wall comes down and you're allowed to interact with the other kingdoms, people are either going to leave or you're going to have it to where you're going to get invaded by other clans. Like when I was in 113, right? I would go on over to 112 and I would occasionally fight them once it had opened up. So then I'm fighting people in Kingdom 112 and we're actually getting along a little bit and everything else like that. And there was this one, player over there named Gastock and everything, really good player. And he basically said, hey, Kingdom 111, 112, and 113, why don't we do an alliance and basically help each other out? Okay, cool. 2 days later, Kingdom 112 gets a clan from another kingdom that comes on in there. It was named EKV or EKU or whatever. Some kind of Russian clan or something like that. They came on in and they basically made that whole entire kingdom theirs. If you look at the Clash for Throne or whatever, 73 out of the top 100 spots were all that one individual clan. So think about it this way, right? If you're in Kingdom 112 and you just had it to where this mega clan came on in and took over and everything, are you going to want to stick around? So look at how empty this darn, kingdom is now. Look in the bottom left-hand corner. Look at all that empty space. That one mega clan came on in and they set up shop. Now, I'm not sure where exactly they are. They're somewhere around here and everything like that, but it ends up being to where like the map will thin out and to where a lot of people will end up leaving because they're just like, well, screw this. So like, let's say for instance that you were to go to my kingdom, Kingdom 100, which now has FOC Swords, FOC Bastards as the two, or as basically the big clan that has gone through and taken over that kingdom. And by the way, I'm not saying that a huge super clan moving on into your kingdom is necessarily a bad thing. It just makes it to where if you are a smaller clan, you better learn how to kiss their butt. Pretty much. Look at how empty this map is. There is hardly anything here. And there are 7 different clans that are all FOC that are in Kingdom 100. And they're basically doing a major league style system where it's like you have your major league team, you have your like your Tampa Bay Devil Rays, and you have your, Baltimore Orioles or whatever. And those are your 2 major league level teams. And then you have a whole bunch of triple A's and a whole bunch of double A's and a whole bunch of single A teams that are for lower level players that it's like, hey, let's just go through and help these guys grow. So you're going to get guys that are going to be at a lower level. You might have it to where they've joined your clan or they're going to join your clan soon enough. Otherwise, they're going to be basically your chew toy. So when you're looking at what exactly will happen, and this is the best advice I can have for anybody in like Kingdom 120, 121, 122, 123, all the different ones that are either just opened up or about to open up. Here we go. So we got a king. Oh, we have no king over here and everything. Probably tells me that this is a kingdom that just doesn't really need it. Or something. I don't know. But anyways. So with Kingdom 120, what ends up happening, or 121 and all these other different guys, my best advice to you is to basically group together your biggest clans. Have it to where you guys all come under one leadership that you can all agree upon, that you stop your infighting and everything, and that you could basically go through and help each other out. Now, what my suggestion was for my old clan was, and I'm going to show you guys real quick Kingdom 113, because it was very, very frustrating that they decided not to do it or whatever, because they were being petty with each other. Here we go. So in Kingdom 113, what I wanted to do was I wanted to start a clan. And I'm going to see if it's still there. I had it somewhere around here. It might have moved. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going to find it. Anyways. Because it shows it on such a small scale on the computer version and everything, but on the phone it's a lot easier in order to tell, like, what area I need to go to or whatever. But anyways, I had created a clan to where I was going to have it to where all different players from all over the kingdom would basically join up, like all the, G5s, G6, G7s, G8s would all come under one banner, and they would be devoted towards the kingdom, not the clan, the kingdom. So what you could do is you would be a territorial defense squad. I called it QRF. Military calls it QRF, as in quick reaction force. So what it would be is, let's say for instance that a clan from another kingdom decided to go through an attack. Somebody from your clan would go through and send that battle report on over to that individual clan, that QRF or whatever. Those guys would therefore go through and attack your attackers. Now, if you go through and you pull all your resources together, for kingdom versus kingdom, you could do clan marches. You can go through and have it to where, like, you can seek retribution that way. And basically prove a point to the other kingdom, hey, I understand that you have to get points. However, go mess with somebody else. You know what I mean? So, like, if you gather all of your people from all of your different clans, and you can go through and form a super clan of your strongest players from that kingdom. Now, granted, they're all going to be weaker than veteran players from other kingdoms, but they can basically cause a big enough deterrence to where it's like, hey, don't tread on me, which is a motto of like the Marine Corps and everything like that, is like, don't mess with me because I'm going to mess you up. So I was hoping to be able to do that for 113. They weren't able to really put aside their differences, unfortunately. So because of that, my idea died, which is okay. It's so be it. But if you're in Kingdom 119, 120, 121, you can expect that a super clan or a veteran clan from another kingdom, like whether or not it's Kingdom 88 or Kingdom 84 or Kingdom 76, Kingdom 67, all these other kingdoms that have these mega huge freaking, clans in them. What if you're one of the second place ones in that kingdom? So let's say, for instance, right, there is a clan, the name is Run. And I'm not saying they're good or bad or anything else like that. So don't think that I'm picking on one person versus another. With Run, what ended up happening was I think they've been in different kingdoms and everything, and they do have like smaller clans than other kingdoms and everything. But in Kingdom, I think it's 84 that has NWO, I believe. They had it to where they were getting attacked by NWO, and because whether or not they deserved it, I don't know. But then they ended up moving out of there because it's like, hey, we are a might of, let's say, 10 billion. And we're getting picked on by a clan of might, 100, or 15 billion or 20 billion. You're not going to be able to fight them really well head to head and everything. And if you can't put aside your differences, then you're really not going to be able to fight them. So then they move down the ladder. You're going to have it to where these clans are going to basically be like, okay, we can't stay here, so let's go someplace to where we can actually go through and exist, where we're not getting picked on by a bigger clan constantly. So when this happens, you might be Kingdom 113 and suddenly now you have TJG or Run. Or you go down to like 112 and everything and suddenly they have EKB. It's to where your kingdom should expect, especially if you're Kingdom 120, 121, 122, blah, 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 all the way down. You should expect it to be to where a super clan, one of the higher tier level clans, is going to come into your area and they are going to start messing with your stuff. Because of that, you're going to have to basically deal with, okay, do we fight them? Do we ally up with them? Do we go underneath of them? Or do we have it to where we leave and go to another place? And every single time that they open up a new kingdom and they have all these basically newbie players in there, once that kingdom opens up, boom, you're going to have it to where a new clan will move in to your kingdom that is going to probably be more powerful than anybody in your kingdom. And you're going to have to figure out, do we make peace? Do we fight them? Do we basically tell them, don't mess with us, go someplace else, blah, 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 stuff like that. So that's basically what you can expect. Like when your kingdom opens up, there's this one character also. I'll quickly show you guys just because it is a valid point. You can only have it to where portals will come into your kingdom whenever it's kingdom versus kingdom event. If you're in a closed kingdom, which means a newbie's kingdom, you will not have to go through and worry about the portals because they can't interact with you yet. But let's go through and do, I think it's this. No, not that. Ugh. Not that. What about this? Hold on. I'm trying to figure this out. Ah, there it is. Okay. This is called Aerin, or the character's name is Aerin or whatever. She is able to ride in between different kingdoms. So what ends up happening is that Aerin can basically go across the water. So when I was showing you that global map and everything, Aerin was the one that she could go through and go from one kingdom to the other kingdom purely by marching. Now, what this does is it makes it to where you can be attacked anytime, any place, anywhere in, basically as long as your kingdom is open, which really sucks because you're having to constantly guard, like, should I keep this portal open? Do I have it to where I'm going to get attacked at a mine or at a quarry or whatever? Every single time that I have left a portal open for more than a few hours, heck, even more than a few minutes, I can expect it to be to where it's being attacked. So anytime that I'm playing this game, I will only have portals open whenever I am actively playing. The second that I'm not actively looking at it, I close them. Because you can expect somebody from Kingdom 112 to come on over to Kingdom 113 or Kingdom, 67 to come on up to Kingdom 100, and they're going to go through and they're going to mess with you. It's just a sad truth of life. So FOC, the clan that I'm currently in and everything, they have it to where they basically set up a whole bunch of mega clans that are in here in that Major League style. You can expect it if you're in one of these, you know, brand new kingdoms or whatever that's about to open up, that one of these bigger clans are going to move into your area and you're going to have to go through and deal with them. You're also going to have to deal with Aaron constantly coming in and attacking you from other kingdoms. Like Kingdom 112 with EKB moving into it, I got attacked 20 times within an hour by players that have 500, 600, 700 million might. I seriously doubt if you're in a brand new kingdom that used to be closed and now it's open, that you're not going to have to start dealing with stuff like that. And your only basic choice is like, hey, when it's kingdom versus kingdom, you're going to be doing a lot of clan marches. And when it's, you know, just every other time of the day, you're going to have to deal with Aarons and you're not going to be able to really fight them off very well. You're going to have to reinforce each other, but that means that you have to be in a clan that's actually active and going through and helping each other out. It's just a really, really difficult thing. So best advice I have for you, just to sum it all up, if you're in a kingdom that's about to open, you have to decide, am I going to stay here? Is it worth it? Can we ally up with each other, or do I need to go someplace else? Pretty much what your choices is. So I ended up going to a different kingdom. I tried for a few weeks to where I was like trying to see what Kingdom 113 would do, how exactly they would react and everything. Needless to say, it did not go very well. And so because of that, I bailed. I'm like, deuces. So with that being said, that is end for this video. Basically what to expect if your kingdom opens up, and how exactly to, like, you know, deal with it. If you haven't gone through and liked the video and everything like that, please do. If you actually liked it, if you have it to where you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. I really don't care. I don't care about subscribers. If I get them, I get them. If I don't, I don't. And then when it comes down to comments, if you have something that you want to go through and add, you can comment to this video. You could go through and ask me, like, you know, any type of question. I'll probably get to most of the comments within 3 days to a week. I can't really see very well. I've had tons of eye surgeries, and in order to be able to go through and see the comments, I basically have to enlist help from other people. Be like, hey, can you read this for me? Thank you. So with that being said, thank you for watching. You guys have a good day, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.